What is shaking, everybody? Tuesday afternoon. Brent dressed in his Veterans Day garb, got his green on. His Texas. Is that a Texas Ranger?
It is.
Wow.
It was.
Have you fully adopted Texas?
No, I did. I did adopt Bruce Bochy.
Yeah, we kind of all adopted Bruce Bochy, didn't we?
That was. But that's the only. Yeah.
Yeah, it was hard not to root for. I mean, it's hard for me to root for the Rangers because they're in the same division as the Angels. But I don't really have anything against the Rangers, and I like Boch. Boch is great, so I was rooting for Boch to win. Just like although I will say this, as much as I like Dusty, it was really hard for me to pull for the cheaters. That seemed like it was crossing a line.
That was a tough one, I gotta say. But when you know somebody and I don't know all the details. I can assume, but Dusty's an old friend, so
yeah,
kind of had to. It wasn't.
I get it.
It was straight up against the Giants. I mean, you know where I was, but
yeah,
it's just when you root for the person.
Yeah.
No,
I'm with you. I wanted to see him. I was like trying to figure out a way Dusty could win and the Astros couldn't, and I couldn't. My mind couldn't figure that one out. So I guess I had to I felt like if Dusty wins, cool, but it was still hard to root for the Astros.
No, I get it. Hey, how about this? A guy that I rooted against got fired today.
Who's that?
If you can guess who that is.
A guy who you rooted against got fired today.
He was
because I've been running around like crazy, so I haven't seen anything. Football?
My guy, no basketball.
Oh, basketball?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Somebody got fired in basketball already? It's like 3 weeks into the season.
This guy deserved to be fired on the spot last year when he traded Luka.
Oh, Jason Kidd got whacked? Nico got whacked.
Yeah, Nico.
Oh, so Nico and Jason, or just Nico?
Yeah, I didn't hear Jason, but I woke up to the Nico firing. I'm like, oh, it's about time.
Look at you. We all fired up. Somebody got whacked.
Huh? No, it's come on. If there's
no.
If Jerry Jones could get whacked, I'd be psyched. But he can't.
Yeah.
He can't fire himself. But Nico, what the? That's still the all-timer.
It is the all-timer. And the great thing about it was he got lucky. I mean, as lucky could be, and gets the number one pick, gets Cooper Flagg, and then they get out to a shitty start, and they're like, yeah, we've seen enough. It's like all they needed was a reason to fire him, and then that slow start gave them that reason to fire him.
So I gotta say, I don't root for any Dallas teams, but I'm at least intrigued with the Mavs. You want them to be good. I don't want them to beat the Warriors. But you have Luka here, and I get here, and we freaking trade Lucas. Are you kidding? Then we get Cooper Flagg, and Clay's here. Although I think my percentage right now is the Clays.
Clay's scuffling a bit.
Uh-oh. Yes.
Clay's scuffling a little bit. I mean, he's not scuffling that much. Apparently he's going out with Megan Thee Stallion. What is going on with my camera? Why does he keep going back and forth on me?
This is
I don't know what the hell's going on. What the hell's going on? It's like when I say what is it? When I say something controversial, it like pans in and then pans back out or something. I know it was on center. Like if I move to the left, it's supposed to follow me. Nope, that didn't work.
Did not work.
It's just going on its own. It's just doing the whole thing. All right, let's get to some football because yes, I do. Yeah, Nico Harrison was that was bad. That was bad, and he was dead man walking. He was. When they got off to a slow start, because I was thinking, God, we're only not even 20, just at 20 games in. No, we're not at 20 games in. What are we? 12 or 13 games in, something like that.
I was going to say 11 or 12.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're closer. That's an awful short leash, but I think the leash was short last year. It's okay, give us a reason. Just give us a reason and we'll hit this button. Slow start, reason enough. Boop, see ya.
Yeah.
Goodbye. All right, so I mean, the Niners. I get this whole next man up philosophy. Ultimately, though, if you keep going next man up, somebody's going to have like malaria, be a crackhead. Like you're going to get somebody that's like. I'm not saying anybody is obviously. For those
I did not say that.
for don't know what jokes are, they're going to be like, Tom said the Niners have crackheads and guys with malaria on their team. This goes for any team, any sport. Because any team, any sport, next man up, next man up. And to a certain extent, I buy into it. I mean, just because you're getting paid, you're a professional athlete, you're supposed to go in there and perform. But to a certain extent, they've been doing this with like mirrors. And
I agree.
last or Sunday, it caught up to him. Not that it didn't a little bit against Houston, but Houston, I thought they weren't outmanned. They were just kind of collapsed under the pressure of having to perform above expectations for kind of like those weeks. This was just outclassed. This was like, we have more dudes than you do. You better be almost perfect, if not perfect, to win this game. And the Niners weren't. And if they're not, then they just couldn't keep up. They just don't. I'm sorry. Next man up's great, but they didn't have enough dudes to keep up with that team on Sunday.
Yeah, you actually nailed it. And it's funny. Right now, I think our offensive dudes can play with anybody.
I agree.
But our defensive dudes are still kind of figuring it out. And you know what? Tom, you don't want to just come in and criticize a defense. We've had so many injuries. We have so many guys, quote, off the street. And I don't want to critique those guys because years ago, I was probably considered a guy off the street. So was I. Yeah. And so you know how that is.
And guess what, Brent? If 5 of me were starting, we're fucked.
I don't know. I think you could clog some of those running lanes. I absolutely think
if 5 of me were starting in any sport, you're screwed. You're absolutely screwed. You can deal with 1 of me, maybe 2 of me at best. Maybe. Depends on how good your studs are. But any more than 2
of me, 1 of me would have gotten to Stafford. No, probably not. But it felt good to say that.
Yeah, you would have got to him after the game was over to shake his hand.
Not.
Oh man, oh, that's hilarious.
But it was
right. They just didn't have enough dudes.
It's true, and I will say this is the other thing, right? We've had so much turnover and so many new guys that you have to kind of develop some chemistry. And week in and week out in the defensive huddle, you kind of look around and go, okay, who's playing this week, or who's in on this snap, or who's here now? For the first time all year, we didn't have any injuries in the game. Well, that was pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
And yet, we got to have a couple of stops. And that's in the end, when we came back and scored early in the third quarter, I was like, we got a game. And, we just gave it right back up. And it was tough. Let's face it, Stafford is one of probably the top 3 quarterbacks right now in the league. And he's playing well. And remember, the start of the season, nobody was even sure if he was going to play. I mean, it was kind of weird. He was having the back issues or hip or what, I forget what it was, but it was like, it was not clear that he was going to start the season and or finish it. And they're starting to get healthy. Puka Nacua is back. Guy's this freaking stud. Their defense, I thought we played pretty well against, and we're still down a couple of guys. I don't know if we're going to see Ayuk, and I'm starting to wonder.
Me too.
The way that Mac Jones is playing, I love Brock Purdy. I think he's an absolute stud.
Don't say it. Please don't say it.
No, I know. But seriously, like when you've been out that long, I mean, it starts to have an effect on you because continuity, playing every week, throwing the ball every day, being in the offense, seeing different coverages, seeing, throwing over the line of scrimmage, not getting balls batted down, being on the same page with your receivers. All those things eventually matter. And being kind of rusty, like this is, I'm sure it's so frustrating for him. And yet Mac Jones is probably a top 5 or 6 quarterback in the NFL right now. Do I think he should be starting long-term over Purdy? No, but we're going to be able to get something valuable for him at some point next season, right? You don't want to get rid of him too soon, but he played very, very well against the Rams. And I don't want to underplay that because I don't want to take anything away from the kid. He's come in and rallied for us, and he's been doing it with banged up guys that we hadn't heard of at receiver, guys we found on the waiver wire. No Kittle, he did it with Jake Tonjes. I mean, you got to give him some credit. We are not where we are right now without Mac Jones, and I haven't been as demonstrative. And I was thinking about it, like, how come I haven't given Mac Jones enough love? And really, it's because I'm a huge Brock Purdy fan, and I can admit that. And I think that he has the mobility and the ability to threaten outside the pocket that Mac doesn't really have. And yet, when this turf toe thing is a wild deal, and I knew it was at the beginning, but
that's what Burrow had.
No bueno,
right? Joe Burrow had the turf toe, and he's just getting over surgery, and he may be back, maybe by the end of the year, maybe. So
somebody said he's potentially coming back soon.
Well, I think they have 21 days to open up his practice window or something like that. So, and by the way, those of you that are like watching the show right now, I'm on this thing called Center Stage, and it's going back and forth, and I don't feel like fixing it right now. You're just gonna have to deal with it, okay?
Does it work on this end? I want to be like, whoa, baby!
Wait, look at me.
Look at that!
I'm really messing with it right now. It's going. Oh, okay. Okay, you're messing with me now. All right. Brock Purdy this year, 13 touchdowns, 6 picks, averaging 270 a game. Completion percentage 70%. Quarterback rating 97.4. Int percentage 2.1. So no, I mean yards. I think yards per attempt 7.
That's Mac Jones, right?
That's Mac Jones 7.4. I mean, look, but I as soon as Purdy's healthy, question is as soon as he's healthy, when's he going to be healthy? I mean, they got to come up with something better for the turf toe than turf toe, because turf toe sounds like, dude, throw some dirt on it, get out there, turf toe, like go play. But it's obviously a lot more serious than that because we've seen it. But they got to come up with something befitting how painful and how debilitating the turf toe is, other than turf toe. Because
it doesn't sound. It sounds soft.
It does sound soft.
Totally jacked up toe, or
it's something. Yeah. Something. You know what I found out yesterday when I was doing the Warrior game? They give out the injury reports for everybody before the game. See, I'm reading through the injury reports. And the injury reports now are just like, it's almost like doctors wanting to show you like how smart they are, like using words that I didn't even know existed, that basically is a wrist. Like can't you just say sprained wrist? You got to say sprained. And I'm not even going to make up a word because I can't. I have no idea what it would. I don't know. I just know I don't know what it is until I look it up on Google and I go, oh, it's a wrist. Oh, why didn't they just say wrist? I could have gotten that. But it's not a big toe anymore. It's a great toe. Like somebody had a sprained great toe.
Come on.
And I go, what makes a toe great? I go, could the middle toe be great and the big toe not be as great? Or is it great? And it wasn't big a good enough descriptor? Like the big toe, Uncle Holka, we knew the big toe. The big toe is the biggest toe.
Yeah.
But when you say great toe, the pinky could be your great toe. I mean, I don't know who my MVP of toes are.
If a toe won a couple of Super Bowls, it'd be a great toe.
It'd be a great toe. I don't know who the great toe is. I don't know. Maybe it's a toe that got stubbed that keep me from like stepping into mud or so. I don't know. Just the great toe could be any toe. The big toe is the big toe.
Never heard of
a great toe. I'm like, what is this nonsense? Great toe. Oh my God. It's what happens when you have like instead of one trainer, you have 4 trainers, and you have like 9 guys on the performance staff, and they all just sit around and go, "What should we call this? Let's change the name up a little bit. Let's call it a Great Toe." It's probably the same people that said, "I don't want to be an assistant coach anymore. I want to make more money. So let's call me I'm going to be an associate head coach." Not, God damn it, you're an assistant coach, okay? Either you're the head coach or you're not the head coach. There's not a quasi-assist head coach. Just take your assistant coach title and suck it, okay? You're not an associate head coach. So anyway, where were we? The Great Toe, the injury.
I think we're on the Niners. We're on Brock Purdy, but
they're throwing the toe.
We've got some more guys coming. Well, at least we got Ricky Pearsall potentially come back this week. I don't know if Ayuk's going to come back, and I don't know what his mindset is. I hadn't asked around the facility, but it feels to me like it ain't happening anytime soon. And that's frustrating. But hey, I'd rather have Ricky Pearsall back. So we have a little cavalry coming for the offense. We don't have anybody coming back for the defense, I don't think. Although I will say, I think Alfred Collins will play this week, and I think that'll be helpful. But there's nobody riding in to save the defense. And so we're going to have to create chemistry, create some ability to play emotionally, pump each other up, get them going. I don't know what it is because I haven't played defense. But looking at the schedule, we've got the Cardinals, the Panthers, and the Browns. I don't think we can afford to lose any of those at this point.
Agreed.
And then I think I'm trying to memorize what the schedule was. I think we have the Colts.
They got Colts.
The Colts, which will be a challenge, and then we're going to finish with the Bears and the Seahawks. And I didn't believe the Bears. I still think they're more hype, but they are what they are. We're going to have those last 2 games. I think are going to tell the tale of this season.
Dude, Lou just messed up this center stage stuff, Brent. I don't know what. Now I'm like super close.
This is an extreme close up because you're serious, because you realize those last 2 games are going to predict our playoff future.
I can't do it. I can't do it. We need those 2. We got to have those 2.
We do. But to put us in position, we can't lose to the next 3 teams that we should beat. And
I agree.
Maybe we have to outscore them and just light up the scoreboard. But we're going to need to figure out how to get some stops. I think the Rams punted twice. I was at the game. It's so hard to concentrate on a game when you're at the game. It just really is. It's just
football is so much better at home.
It is. If you want to watch play by play, there's so many distractions. There's music, there's noise, there's jumbotron, there's people talking to you. You're in a box, you're eating food. You're like, it's a free.
Yeah.
And I
don't get me started on the music. I mean, just the NBA games. It's like it's so bad now, Brent. And you've been to the games when they don't play the music. It's like they've like trained us to like have music playing during the game, and I always used to say, isn't the game good enough? Isn't the watching the game entertainment enough? You need a music, you need a score, you need Danny Elfman to come there and score the game for you, so you go like, wow, this game's so much better with music. So I said they had to get rid of the music one day and see how it goes. I saw how it went. The Warriors played in New York a few years ago, no music. It was brutal. It was like it was dead. Like there was no noise whatsoever.
Were there fans? Was it COVID?
Yeah, no, there were fans. No, there were fans.
People used to actually talk to each other during timeouts. Hey, what did you think of that shot by Steph? That was unbelievable.
That was incredible.
What do you think's happening down in the pivot? Oh, yeah, whoa.
Now what's everybody doing?
Crank it, dancing?
And this.
that is true. Wow. Oh,
gotta do their phones. Yeah, it's like gotta do their
is that a
phones.
Pink?
Well, here,
is that a pink phone?
It's a faded red because it's a It's a bear down.
no.
It's a bear down phone.
That's kind of a pink bear down. Wow, that's tough. You're gonna really bear down on that sucker. We need to get you a new one.
No,
Yes.
no. I'm actually more. I don't mind pink in theory, but I've never worn anything. Although I did have a pair of pink fleece shorts with daisies on them. Those were humdingers right there. Those were nice. I used to wear those to pick up the kids from school.
There's my dad.
There's my dad right there. Well, here's the thing. I agree. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. The offense has to do the heavy lifting here, period. And they had a chance in this game. Like I said, they would have had to have been perfect. The Jennings fumble killed them. It was so funny because my son was sitting down there. We were watching the game, and he was watching the Ravens game. He's a Ravens fan, so he had the Ravens game on one TV, Niners game on one TV. He's going back and forth, and we're watching that play. And Jennings fumbled, and the first thing he says is, he goes, "Look, pal, you want $20 million a year? You can't fumble like that. That can't happen." And I go, well, kind of, guys. He goes, "Sorry, you can't do it. You can't do it. You want? No, sorry. You want to be the guy? Be the guy. Don't fumble." He goes, "Your team needs you to keep hold of the ball. Your offense needs to score 30 plus in this game." And it was funny because that fumble, I think, led to a touchdown. And if the Niners scored a touchdown that drive, you take away one possession from the Rams and give one back to the Niners. And I know I'm doing a lot of what ifs, but if you take away one touchdown and give one touchdown to the Niners, all of a sudden you're looking like a 2 or 3 point game. It's pretty close. And again, don't say, "Well, Tom, I get it. It's sliding doors. I know one thing doesn't happen because of the other." My point being, you can't give extra possessions now. The offense has to be almost flawless because you can't count on the defense. Do you need a stop or two? Of course you need a stop or two, but you can't count on that. The offense has got to feel like we get the ball, we're scoring, period. Hold on to the goddamn ball, do everything correctly. Let's get the ball down the field and score because we're going to be the tip of the spear for this team. That's the way they got to think about every possession, every game from here on out.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And, I was kind of feeling like, okay, Juwan, come on, play yourself back into being Juwan from last year. And we kind of had that. And then I think he said he's not going to fumble again, but whatever.
Well, proof's in the pudding, right?
Yeah, no, I get it. And it's, certainly that wasn't the reason, but I think other than that, he was playing well, and we
did play well.
And, of course, George is going to always be there at rally. Christian McCaffrey is going to always be there. And so it's just, I think getting Ricky Pearsall, I think it's going to give us an even better shot. He's a threat. I mean, his knee must be better to get back. Man, the level that you have to I heard you had to hit your speed, your average speed to get back. Did you read that?
Yeah.
So that
I do. It's like these baselines these guys got to hit before they get back. And I think
outrageous.
You know what?
I would have missed like 20 more games.
But I think it's every sport now, Brent.
Really?
I think basketball does the same type of stuff.
You got to
hit baselines. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
interesting. They don't want you coming back. Which begs the question: how did Brock hit his baseline, come back and get hurt right away?
Yeah.
Again, how was that toe? Anyway, whatever. It's a different world than when we played.
Yeah, I was just thinking to myself, I wonder if all those shots gave me my baseline back.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Brent, there is no more hold up 2 fingers and tap your knee twice. How many fingers do I have up? 2. Okay, good. You're good to
go. Yeah, I guess not. I guess I can't quit living through the old days.
Yeah, and look, as much as we miss those days, it's better now. I mean, look, there's a case to be made that maybe if you go out there and play more often than you did, and let's say you were to get mentally get your bell rung more times than you did, like in the 50s. Like those poor bastards, man. They had like Toys R Us helmets on and they go out there and play. Like, because you want to be able to live a life, and you've lived to this stage, lived a great life both on and off the field, and I think that's what they're trying to make sure that these guys
right.
aren't.
I
get it. It just, we're wistful for the past. Like we think sometimes, and I bring this up a lot, like they're right in the way they do things now, I think, but sometimes it's an overcorrection. It's like, oh God, we need to go that far.
Like the overprotection of certain players and the game. I mean, how many safety rules are in NASCAR or F1? I mean, I'm sure you want.
Hey, you got me there. I would have no idea.
Yeah, well, me neither. You have some degree of risk playing any serious sport, right? Or participating. And I get it. You want the greatest safety methods, but you don't want to take away from the game as it was intended to be played. And so there's points and times where it feels like almost any hard hit is a penalty now. It's like, dude, come on.
No, I get it. Anytime someone gets hit in the head in basketball, let's stop. Let's go challenge. I'm like, what? The guy was just pivoting. Like the one that kills me, Brent, basketball now is we were taught when we got a rebound and you're in traffic, you put the ball underneath your chin and then you pivot, right? You pivot and boom, boom. And if you want to put your face up in there and get clipped, go ahead, give it a shot. You're only going to do it one time. Now you can't do that. You can't pivot with your elbows out. They can get up as close to you as possible. And if you were to hit them in the face with an elbow, you're the one that's going to get the flagrant. You're the one that may end up getting ejected. And I'm like, well, I wasn't the stupid idiot that put my face in a fan. It's almost like you put your face in a fan, they're going to find the fan. Hey, look, you can't do that. And the fan's like, I don't even have feet. I can't move. I'm stationary. The idiot put his face in me. It just went, and like, I'm going to be the one gets in trouble. It's just so stupid. So stuff like that I'll never get over. I'm sorry. I just can't.
There's little things, and it's overcorrected a bit, but I understand it. And it probably makes sense. But by and large, we're going to have to become more physical. And start figuring some things out defensively. And give Robert Saleh a week or two. We almost talk about him every week. And I mean, if anybody can pull it off, it's going to be him. Stafford was so good against the blitz. I mean, every time we got one, I think all 4 of his touchdown passes were versus pressure. The guy's just a freaking stud. And you got to try something, right? Because they're marching down the field. They're biting off chunks here and there. And I think the Rams offense, I mean, they're good against anybody, but kind of our defense right now. I mean, I was up in a box, and you can just watch the all 22 unfold. There are multiple guys coming open. Like Stafford had his choice on more than a couple of throws. It's just we've got to work in practice, watch film, come together, and duct tape. That should be our duct tape defense, man. That should be our calling card. We got to
not the no-name defense. The duct tape
name. It's duct tape. Seriously, I think I should get a patent on that. That's
so. Wait, you should.
We've got
to. You should.
We've got to. It's and that's kind of how we have to do it. And we got to drag along our rookies and our first-year guys and the handful of veterans, and duct tape it together, and let's win these games that we should win. You know what? We can't lose to the Cardinals. They just suck. I mean, they're horrible. No way. Panthers are better, but they're not that great either. And the Browns, let's just keep Myles Garrett away from the quarterback, and we'll beat the Browns. They're dog meat. I mean, they're the Browns. and then be ready to play. But we've got to be. I think we have a bye in there sometime. Our bye will be at the end of the season, like week 14. We looked that up a couple weeks ago.
It's like week 13, 14. Yeah, it's late.
But yeah. But
okay, so what do we got? How many defensive nicknames? Because I love the duct tape defense. I love it. How many defensive nicknames can you come up with? Like a defense that had a nickname.
Doomsday
Cowboys.
Purple People Eaters.
Minnesota.
Silver Rush.
I never heard of them before.
I thought that was the Lions back in the days.
Was it? Okay.
But
I'll look that up.
Maybe
I've never heard of that one before.
Killer Bees.
Killer Bees. That was the Dolphins.
There you go. Very good.
The Dolphins have two. Because you named the other Dolphin one, the no-name defense.
Oh, that's right.
That was the early 70s defense for the Dolphins. Manny Fernandez, Nick Bonacani, Jake Scott.
Good call.
I think Dick Anderson was on that team too. Okay, you're missing a couple big ones.
Okay. The sack exchange. How about that?
Sack exchange. Yeah. That wasn't one I was thinking of, but yes, this New York sack exchange.
I'm trying to figure out what the Seahawks.
That was Klecko.
Yeah,
but don't put it up on the screen. He's guessing them. There's like putting stuff up on the screen. Like, he let him guess them.
I didn't see the screen.
Klecko, Gastineau, wasn't Lyons part of that?
Yeah, Marty Lyons.
Yep, I think Lyons was part of that, and I can't remember the other one.
There was a guy, I can see his face. He kind of wasn't a great Joe Klecko.
Yeah, Joe Klecko. He was.
So I'm trying to think of the Seahawks. What do they call themselves?
Oh, the Legion of Boom.
Legion of Boom. There you go.
Legion of Boom. Now that wasn't one I was thinking of, but Legion of Boom definitely.
So
I'm thinking of you're missing one that's you'll know it when I say it, but you're missing one of the all-time.
Oh, wasn't it the what did the Rams call there? Well, the Steel Curtain is the all-time.
Thank you. That was the one. Steel Curtain. I think the Rams weren't the Rams a fearsome foursome?
Yeah, they were.
Fearsome foursome. Okay, so I'm going to give you
for a couple old guys to go through those.
That was really good. Okay, let me give you the. Let's see if you can get this one. Then this might be one of my favorites. The old Broncos defense.
Oh, the Orange Crush.
Orange Crush. The Orange Crush. Love the Orange Crush. I think wasn't that Carl Mecklenburg?
Mecklenburg.
Wasn't he the Orange Crush defense?
Good call.
Oh my gosh, yeah, the Orange Crush defense. I don't know if there's probably more out there, but those are the ones that the Gold Rush with the Niners. I don't remember. Was that a nickname for you guys on defense?
I think it was maybe in the Fred Dean years. Gold Rush.
Was it?
Yeah. You know what? We had some guys. We had Lawrence Pillars. We had Dwayne Board. They're credible. I think there's teams that give their defenses nicknames that are kind of regional, but aren't really good enough. So, what did the Bears call themselves? Because they might have been the best defense ever. And or the Ravens with Ray Lewis. I can't think of their names.
Did they have a name?
I don't know. They couldn't have been that good if they didn't have a name.
Yeah, I know. The Bears were in the era of having names.
But what Buddy Ryan's guys, did they have a name? Buddy.
I remember him calling it Buddy Ball. Yeah. But I don't remember like a name for the Bears defense. Anybody know? Anybody, if you want to throw it up there, if you have there's your today's trivia. What was the Bears? Oh, Monsters of the Midway. Was that them though? Because that could have been Butkus. Yeah, that could have been Butkus.
Very good, Joe. Monsters.
Very good. Very good.
It didn't fit those guys.
Yeah, I don't think it was them.
Every time I think of those guys, all I can think of is Super Bowl Shuffle.
I know. That's all I think too. Like for as physical and as nasty as that defense was, that's what you're doing.
Lamest video.
Super Bowl, it's awful.
So
Just
bad.
awful.
So bad. Yeah. And how about the Ravens not having something? Like, they had to have something.
Yeah, because that was a great defense. That was a great defense. God. I don't know. Purple, but I don't Edgar Allan Poe? Po ball? Po boy?
Oh boy.
I have no idea. Blitzburg, yeah, but that's the I mean, I've heard that nickname, but for me, the Steelers are the Steel Curtain. That was the original Steelers with that was Mean Joe Green, Ernie Holmes,
Good call.
Dwight White,
Yeah.
and who was the fourth?
Man.
Holmes, Dwight White, Joe Green.
I'm trying to think in my mind.
God.
How can I? L.C. Greenwood.
There you go. Great
Man.
call. L.C. Greenwood. L.C. Greenwood. And then who were the Steelers? Were Alan Page, Carl Eller. Was Carl Eller the guy that ran the wrong way?
You talking about the Vikings?
Vikings, yeah, the Purple People Eaters.
No, who did run the wrong way?
I don't think it was Carl Eller. I think it was somebody else that ran the right. That was the worst. And I think that was against the Niners.
I think it was.
I want to say it might have been at Kezar, actually.
I think
Bro, that's so rough when you're running like 60 yards the wrong way.
that would be rough. I remember the Niners guy slapping him on the back, like, "Great job, dude." Well, that wasn't it Jim Marshall?
Oh yes, Marshall. Very good.
Yeah,
I can't remember the other one.
This old brain.
Marshall.
We're looking pretty good for old
You're
guys.
knocking them down. Now let's see if you can get this little bit of trivia. What has Alan Page gone on to do since being a member of the Vikings?
Oh, I think he might have been like a big judge.
Yep. Minnesota Supreme Court judge.
There you go.
How about that? Not a lot of guys that play in the NFL are Supreme Court judges.
No, I think that might be the only one.
I'm going to say he's the only
I'm going to try. Right. I'm going to go for that.
You should.
Yeah.
You should.
Yeah, that's right.
Just don't do it. And don't do it in Texas, though. Don't do it in Texas, please.
You'd be a hanging judge.
Yeah, I bet you would. Do you know if has your district been all rearranged? Have you gotten gerrymandered recently?
No.
No, you haven't?
No.
Yeah, you guys are red enough anyway. You don't need any blue down there.
Don't need it anymore.
You guys push all your blue to Austin and say, okay, keep out of our business. That's what you guys do.
You know, it's funny that people talk about politics less in Texas than other places, I feel like.
Do they really?
Yeah.
I like that. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Moving on. Thank you for asking. I appreciate the concern. Oh, what's that over there? And then when they turn their heads, I run the other way, and I'm gone. They don't even notice I'm there.
The Cowboys and their idiocy, bad owner, and our quarterback that's always just good enough to not win a big game.
Yeah, Little J said the Bears were often referred to as the 46 defense. Well, that's what they played. They played the 46 defense. I believe it was called the Bear defense, where the ends line up over the tackles or the guards. Yeah, I think is what it was.
Tight end. When we put a guy out there, I'm telling you, like,
did you play against that defense?
Oh yeah, and it was stressful.
Was it?
Yeah.
What was it about it that was stressful?
Super high pressure. Stack the line of scrimmage. You got to have some corners that can freaking play man. But they were bringing the house. So
now, how did you know what you were like? It's in terms of when they called a play. How did you know when to stay in and block, when to be the hot guy? Because obviously those are key decisions. You make the right decision, you can make a big play. You make the wrong decision, Joe or Steve could end up on their ass.
Yeah,
and not real happy with you.
I don't know if Steve ever played against it. Joe did all the time.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And you make the call, and it was whatever he called, you did. And if you didn't do it correctly, Joe could be on his back. and out for the season. So that was always a recurring dream. I wanted to make sure that I did not do that. Don't, whatever you do, don't do that. Don't be the guy that's on a highlight package for the rest of your life. Don't be Billy Buckner.
Don't be Billy Buckner.
Don't be Jackie Smith.
Don't be Lawrence Phillips.
Oh my gosh, Lawrence
Who,
Phillips. Yeah.
Who helped expedite Steve's demise with that whip of, I think it was Aeneas Williams in Arizona.
I believe that is correct. Aeneas Williams is such a good dude too.
Yeah. Nobody liked him that night.
That was no bueno. Yeah.
Did you ever have that
Smith in the end zone in the Super Bowl?
What's that?
Yeah.
The worst.
Poor bit, like your whole career, like guys in the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Everybody goes to look, hey, show me a highlight. Here's me driving a touchdown in the Super Bowl, costing my team. Like he still made it to the Hall of Fame. Holy cow. Billy Buckner, one of the all-time greats. Holy cow. Brutal. Like,
and not only that,
I actually saw that because of the World Series. I saw that in the last 10 days. And I mean, I think I would have fielded that at first base. It was brutal. And
that was
you think
bad.
to yourself, what the heck? Or wasn't it Chris Webber that called the timeout?
Called the timeout in Michigan.
Yeah.
And you know the great thing about it, you go back and watch that, he traveled before he called the timeout. It would have been better if they would have called the travel. You go back and you watch that whole highlight. He goes and he stops because he picked up his dribble and he drags his back foot about a foot. They don't call anything. I'm like, I was yelling at the TV, like, how could you not call that? And then he comes down and calls the timeout. And everybody on the bench is like, we didn't do anything. They showed the camera. There were guys over there going, and then just hung him out to dry.
I'm sure there were. You just don't want to have one of those lifetime replays. Don't.
Yes, exactly.
Let me have a lifetime replay.
Did you ever have a situation? And so, by the way, somebody said Philadelphia was the gangrene defense in the 80s, and I do remember that. Okay. That was a good one. That was a good one, Sean.
I played against that one. Joe would tell you that might have been the scariest because he got freaking sacked like 9 times at the vet. And
did he? Oh, on that turf?
And then we came back and won in the fourth quarter.
I remember the highlights for that. I remember the highlight. Were you ever? It was funny because Steve always tells a great story about Reggie White and Reggie White sacking Steve, and then as he's picking him up, I think Steve's dad was like Reggie's attorney or something like that. There was some connection between Reggie and Steve's dad, and he said Reggie would sack him, and then he'd pick him up and go, "Hey, tell your dad I said hi. Is he doing all right?"
That would not Reggie's such a good guy. I remember I had to like cut block him a couple times, and I go, "Sorry, Reg." You're like, I know.
Was he the strongest guy you ever played against?
So probably so, because his legs were like redwood trees, and I'd freaking smash into him, and it'd be like smashing into a brick pillar. Like, it would hurt me more than him. It's like, what am I hitting? This is ridiculous.
Dude, the way he used to just club guys and just throw them sideways.
Dude, they called that the hump move. His hump move. Bam! And like 300-pound guys would go behind. I did not want to be a hump move guy.
You never got humped by Reggie White?
I did not, fortunately.
All right, what was
if our tackles did? Sorry, boys, that's on you. Don't get.
Okay, what was the worst you ever got from a defensive lineman where he's like, "Oh my God, I just got destroyed on that play"?
Oh, I gotta think. You know, Ricky Jackson was freaking a stud for the Saints. He eventually
was
our team. Chris Dolman with the Vikings probably hammered me a couple times, and he ended up being on our team. Charles Mann was a beast for the Redskins. Eventually came to our team, which is crazy. Playing the Giants, playing the Bears back in their day. Those were the games where you probably took shots. But I don't have one where I was like, I'm sure if I go back, Kevin Green.
Oh, Kevin Green.
Yeah, I had to play against him twice a year. Back when they didn't let tight ends off the line of scrimmage.
That's right.
One game against the Packers, and it was like, yeah, the Packers killed Brent Jones. Yeah, the guy held me every play. I had 8 catches for 120 yards, and everyone's like, yeah, we freaking smoked that little sucker. Okay, yeah, the guy held me every play. Mike Holmgren after the game told me, he goes, yeah, I just told him you'd be the key, and so just hold you every play, and the refs might throw a flag for 5 yards every now and then, but no big deal. This guy benched like 500 pounds, and like maybe we could have motioned me or flexed me. That would have been a good idea.
That would have been a good idea.
I go poof, at the line of scrimmage, and I was like, I was freaking throwing bows. I was throwing punches. And the guy told me, if you punch me one more time, I'm going to kill you in the parking lot after the game. And this guy, I think, ended up killing somebody. What was his name? He died in a car accident, and I felt bad. But
was it a Steeler?
No, it was. We were playing the Packers.
The Packers, really?
Every time we play the Packers, everyone's like, "Oh yeah, remember when we killed Brent Jones?" Like, yeah, you killed me for 8 catches for 120 yards.
Dude, that guy might have killed you then. If he killed somebody else, he might have killed you.
I talked to Mike Holmgren about this probably a year and a half ago, and I told him the guy's name, and he said he could have killed you. He said I had to cut him because there was a real big problem, and he came in my office, and I thought I had security, and he potentially could have killed me, and he said that guy was not a guy to mess around with. Well, thanks for sticking him on me and telling him to hold me every play. Like, what the heck? No,
I'm gonna kill you.
I'm gonna kill you.
There you are, right there. Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Highlights. Oh, man, that guy would have been fined $1 million.
Good Lord, that was I mean, yeah.
I thought how about that? I held on to the ball.
Absolutely, you held on to the ball.
They showed it in films. It looked like my neck separated from my body.
It did.
Like my neck was this long. Like, whoa.
How many times do you think you would have been in the blue tent back in the day?
Probably, well, with my headshots, probably every other game.
Yeah. You used to take a beating.
But, you go across the middle. And back in the old days, like they just waited for you if they knew we were going to do it.
Yeah.
But I was catch greedy. I wanted catches. So I was like,
damn right you did. Damn right you did. Now, let me ask you this. This is kind of a little inside football here. When the ball's coming, let's say you're turning over your right shoulder.
Yeah.
Ball's coming this way. Let's say you're running an in-breaking route. Doesn't really matter. In-breaking route, you're going over your right shoulder. At what point do your hands go from this to this?
Great question. It was all up here. It was just like blinking your eye. You almost don't realize it. For me, it was where the ball was and where I thought the angle of my hands would be the best to receive it. I never thought, I need to catch this one with my body. I'm in traffic. Wah. Or no, it was here. It was here. If it was the other side, it was the other side. And I never thought about it. It was all reactionary. Never thought, I need to put my hands like this. Nope. Whatever in my mind, whatever gave me the best ability to catch the ball. And I don't think I ever miscalculated it. You might have not made the catch.
Yeah.
But you didn't think, I got to do this, or I got to protect my body, or I got to do that. Never thought like that.
Now, are there times when you're trying to catch? Because to me, I mean, I played when I was younger, and when I was going to play in junior college before I got hurt, I was going to play tight end, and
you would have been a beast.
it was always so you try to let the point go through your fingers like the diamond, and then get that fat part of the football. But there are some catches, like I always felt like the ones that are coming over my shoulder like this, I want to stop the football. So I want to have some fingers that I can get to the point of the football to kind of stop the momentum of the football.
Sure.
And then it's easier to catch in my hand. Obviously in my hands, I'm not going to catch it with my feet. But did you try to do that on certain catches too, where the ball's going fast? Like I can't get the middle of the ball. I got to make sure I get the point of the ball. Yeah, I'd slow it down.
I mean, absolutely, there were some of those. There's a couple times you had to throw up a hand just to stop the ball and try and catch it, like on one hand. There's sometimes it would stick in your hand. The hardest ones are I'd much rather have a high ball than low balls are hard because the ball's going down toward the ground and you're moving in a position. You just rarely put your hands out by your ankle to catch a ball. It's just so it's more repetition. So you just wouldn't do that as much. So those were tough in the course of a game, depending on where the ball was, and depending on where your body was going. You can do things. I mean, my high school coach taught me to throw my hip over if the ball's kind of behind you, and you can kick your hip over and still leave your hands back behind you while you're moving the opposite way. But there's so many different dynamics, and it's weird that you asked me the question, and really no one's asked me that. And now I'm thinking about it. It's like you didn't think about it. You just had so many reps that you just do it.
Yeah.
Worst thing in the world anybody could have ever said about me. I'd fight you if you said, hey, you short armed that ball. Like I never, ever short armed a ball. In our family, if you were alligator arms, like my brother would fight me right now if I called him alligator arms. That's the lowest thing you can say about anybody is you gatored that, or you went short arm, like, because my dad was a football coach, so there was no way we were ever even thinking about protecting yourself. Protecting yourself was never a thought. And it's weird. I remember thinking to myself as I got older, like if I was ever afraid to go across the middle, that's when it would be all she wrote. Like I never was afraid. And I promise you, I could point guys out on certain teams, a lot of teams that were afraid.
Yeah.
Or I could tell by their body language, they didn't want to be there. That was never, I mean, I didn't care. I had to freaking roam the middle for catches. I had Jerry and JT. Like,
well, yeah, back in the day, you're going to get hit anyway.
Absolutely.
Might as well catch a damn ball.
Nobody even thought about what the rules are today.
No. You just think you wouldn't have a care in the world today.
No.
You wouldn't have a care in the world.
You know how many injuries there are today? Holy crap. Did these guys even get on the field in the 80s or the 90s?
And that's something else that we don't talk about a lot is that you had two of the greatest to ever do it in Steve and Joe, but they help you. I would imagine they help you out when you go over the middle, depending on what shoulder they put it on, or if you're going to run into somebody, they'll stop you before you can get to that guy and make you stop so you don't catch it and run headlong into a brick wall.
Bill absolutely taught that. And we were obsessive about teaching that to the quarterbacks and obviously to Joe initially. And when I got to the team, he would harp on Joe all the time. And then Steve got harped on as well. And so as a receiver, if you don't trust your quarterback, you're screwed. I had 100% confidence in both of those quarterbacks. And Joe got me knocked out on Monday Night Football, a sucker. And I woke up on the sideline, and Steve got me knocked out a couple times too. And it's like, I don't care. Hey, stuff happens. It's a freaking crazy game. Like if some guys would hold it against him, like, yeah, you threw me, you exposed my ribs, or you gave me a kill shot. I'm like, whatever. Who cares? It's football.
It happens. I mean, look. Joe and Steve can put it where they want with the best of them. It doesn't mean they can put it where they want whenever they want.
No, it does not. And it doesn't mean the guy that's deacon him over here doesn't come over the minute they throw it and go, I'm
exactly
that tight end. They can't be perfect. And,
yeah, exactly.
Just understood that. It was just like, it doesn't bother. The only thing that would get me mad is don't throw me the ball. Then I'll be fired up.
Then you're going to be real fired up.
Yeah.
All right, before I let you go, I want to get back to the Niners for a second. But before we do, I got to ask you about last night's game, which was an interesting game. It was a defensive slugfest. Neither offense was able to get going. I don't know. There's a ton to talk about through the course of the game, but I do want to ask you about the end of the game. Did you watch the end of the game?
No.
Okay.
I watched it till third quarter, and I was like, this freaking game. Like, I used to appreciate a defensive struggle, but I guess I'm too old now to appreciate.
You're too old now.
I was
you're into fantasy now.
Like, these quarterbacks are horrible. Nobody can make a play. Nobody can get open. Like, what the heck? This is like, I was angry. And I was tired, which is why we're doing Tuesday. Like, I thought I'd fall asleep when I got home, but it was like 6 o'clock, and I was just worn out, and I was not in the mood to watch a crappy defensive battle.
Now, what's interesting is, I'm not going to ask you a question because you didn't see it, but 4th and 1 at the end of the game, LaFleur has 2 timeouts left. They had the ball at like the 40, close to midfield. I can't remember exactly where it was. They had to go for it. And they were 1 yard short, and they're trying to hurry up because they're trying to save time. And I was like, you might want to call a timeout here. It's 4th and 1. You might want to call a timeout here. It's 4th and 1.
You absolutely do. If you have two, if you have one, maybe it's like, okay, we've got our play, we've called it. But if you have two, that's a whiff on the coach.
Doesn't call a timeout, and they get stuffed. I'm like, what are you doing? And then Sirianni at the end of the game, 4th and 7 from like his own 40, or no, from Green Bay's maybe 35, 40. And he goes for it. I'm like, punt it inside the 10. What are you doing? I kid you not. Yeah. I was like, are you crazy?
What's this big security guy's name that we used to make fun of? Big Dom. You look at Big Dom and go, hey, Wall Cop. What was that, Joe? What was the movie that we were calling the Mall Cop? Joel Blart or
Paul Blart.
Paul Blart, Mall Cop. What do we do here? Big Dom.
I was like, what are these coaches? What are these coaches doing out here?
We're gonna create a thing to get Big Dom off the field. There's some. He must be stealing signs or deflating balls or doing something. Like, what the heck? How is that guy still around?
I'm sorry. I could be way wrong on this, but I still believe the Eagles are winning in spite of Sirianni, not because of Sirianni.
I agree with you 1,000% on just hearing the name. Like, I just cringe. Like, are you kidding me? Maybe I should be coaching the Eagles, and I'd figure out how to throw the ball to A.J. Brown. What the heck?
Please, I have on my fantasy team. I would like that. I would like that quite a bit. All right, before we let you go, so I think we're both in kind of concert with the Niners. Got to be the tip of the spear on this thing. Offensively, they got to be the tip of the spear.
Yep.
That's just the way this year has ended up. It's the way it's going to be. You've lost your 2 best defenders, two of the best in the league. And Michael Williams might have been their 3rd, maybe Lenore, maybe Michael, but one of their top 5 defensive players. I'd say top 4. He's out. So again, it's just offense. This is your show now.
Yep.
Go out there, and you got enough weapons. You got Mack, and if Purdy comes back, great. You got Kittle for now. Jennings, more than good enough. McCaffrey, one of the best. Robinson's starting to run the ball better, which is good to see. So there's no reason this offense can't score minimum 28 points a game, and that's just what they're going to have to. They're going to have to go into every game thinking we need to get 28. Let's go do it.
Yep. I also think this team they have a really good locker room. I think we have a lot
Yeah,
of
I
grit.
agree.
I think the grit is going to carry us. I think we might have to slug it out. If you ask me right now, I'd say we're going to find a way into the playoffs. That's what I believe.
I agree.
We're going to do it on Sundays.
I know. I agree. This one's a big one, right? This one puts you at 4-1 in the division, and you went over it. I'm gonna just get it so everybody knows. At Cardinals, home against the Panthers, they'll be favored. At the Browns, it'll be within a field goal, within 2, one way or the other, but it's the Browns. Home against the Titans. At the Colts, going to be tough. Home against the Bears, home against Seattle. So, I see. If you get the one this weekend, Brent, I see 4 wins in that bunch, and that gets you to 10. Look, if you don't make it at 10, then you don't make it at 10. But with the way the injury bug has hit this team, 10 would be quite an accomplishment for this year. So I could see 11 if things really break their way. But I could definitely see a path to 10. But I think it starts this weekend. Like, that'll be a big game in Arizona.
You're right. I'm with you, buddy.
All right. What do we got going for dinner tonight?
Good question. Chicken Mexicana, one of Dana's specials.
Well, tell me a little bit about it, because I'm going chicken tonight too. I'm going chicken Italiano, chicken Parmesan tonight.
Oh, well, we've got we've got some flour tortillas mixed with like enchilada sauce and tons of chicken breast mixed in. She used to make it for me in college. Think about that. I was telling someone last night. So all these years later, still my girl.
True love.
Taking care of her husband.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So chicken, shredded up chicken breast.
Yep.
Did you say enchilada sauce?
Enchilada sauce on kind of cooked tortillas.
Cooked tortillas, okay.
And then there's cheese in there, and probably some
cheese in there. Probably some onion, Spanish rice, maybe.
Not rice.
Not rice. Okay.
I knew that at the time I was just like, give me all the chicken I can eat.
I might have to get that recipe. How great would that be? That we meet each other and eventually, like, your wife and me are exchanging dinner recipes.
she would be so psyched. It's like at the game the other day, I went up and actually I'd met him once before, but I got to hang out with Fred Warner for a little bit. And I was
nice.
Like, that's the best. I love Fred Warner.
He seems like the coolest dude.
Coolest dude. So yeah, Dana would be psyched if you wanted her recipe.
Absolutely. I'm always looking for new things. New things to make. So.
It's lasted over 40 years.
That's anything that's lasted that long. Yes, sign me up. That's one of those things you're like, boom, I'm in. Let's go. All right, man. Well, go have an enjoyable dinner. I'm gonna hopefully nothing happens next Monday night at the end of the game, because you're like old man. You're like, oh, you go to bed early now. I call my buddy. I'm the only one that stays up. Steve Kerr, he goes to bed early too. Like, oh, you guys are like going. I can't. Bergie's like 10 o'clock going to bed.
Oh, like, Santa Clara reunion. Guys were asking about Bergie.
Oh, were they really?
Oh yeah, no, Bergie was nice. The top one. Yeah,
oh, yeah. He was probably already in bed.
Australia, he got the pass.
Yeah,
you're right. I will say this: I was so tired. And I was like, I'm just going to chill and watch this great matchup. We got a good matchup for Monday night. And I was so annoyed about the matchup by the third quarter. I'm like, I don't even care who wins. I'm going to bed.
So sad. So sad. All right, well, go enjoy dinner. Tell Dana I said hi. Hope family's doing well.
Thanks, brother.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you next week. All right, see ya. Oh, my God. So much fun to talk to Brent. We're gonna figure this thing out. Okay, let's figure it out. This thing fucking like, I'm like in, I'm out. Lucid's on my lap. I'm like monster, huge head. Like I need a huge head even more than I have a huge head. Let's see. Do you think I can figure this out on my own? Ogden sent me the thing. Let's see. It's got to be the camera, right? If I go to camera and click camera, I got MacBook Pro. Camera resolution. Nah, I don't want to mess with that. If I turn you guys off, thanks for joining. Subscribe, like. Visual effects. How about that? That's got to be it. Heads up. The green screen features. Oh, we got a green screen on this thing? Let's go. We got a green screen on this thing. We got to figure this thing out. Oh, we could just put all kinds of stuff behind us. How sweet would that be? Nah, I'm not seeing anything here. I'll do it when I get off. Let's do some comments. We got any comments? Anybody wants to? Bro, we're gonna do some green screen. If we can get green screen, I'm gonna do weather. I'm gonna do weather on this thing. If we get a sweet green screen. Yeah, look, I agree, Rob. Brissett, I don't know why I call him Brissett the Jet. He is not a jet at all. And here's the problem, though. They gave up 2 defensive touchdowns to the Seahawks this week because the Seahawks can actually get to the quarterback. So they're going to have to figure out a way to make Brissett uncomfortable because Brissett can run the offense. And you let him set his feet, get time, like most quarterbacks in the NFL, they're going to hurt you. So I don't think it's going to be an easy game, but at least they won't have to chase Kyler Murray around. They always have trouble for whatever reason with running quarterbacks. So this is the game. What's the spread on this game? Are they favored? Oh, Max said it's a green camera at the top of the screen. Okay, let's see what we can do here. I'm going to check the spread, too. The green camera at the top of the screen. I see like a green person. You are live. Okay, it says you are live. You are looking live at the Tom Tolbert show in the back of his backyard. We're just going to wait on this. Okay, let's see. This spread is Niners and the Cards. Let's see. Niners are 2.5-point favorites, so that sounds about right. I think they should be favored to win that game. So, yeah. By the way, his camera's been tripping the whole show. I knew what it was, and Lou jumped up. Then I got really big. It's like my head just like boom. I wonder if I move the. Yeah, it's like following me. We thought this would be a good idea. And then it just decided to go off and do its own thing. So I still like the auto centering aspect of it, but I wish it'd make up his mind how close it wants to be to me. For my purposes and for your benefit, the further away the better. You don't need me this close. This is like way, way, way too close for comfort. So, but I am going to the dermatologist, so that'll be able to help you out. You won't be able to see all the splotches. Like, why did it do that? What's the most shots I've seen at an NBA game? I know Cade missed 31 shots. I know Rick Barry one time took 50 shots in an NBA game. I think Kobe, when he scored 81, was close to 50. He had a ton of free throws, though. Wilt's 100-point game, I think he had. Well, Will had 32 free throws, so he had 34 field goals. But he probably didn't even take 50 shots to get there. Yeah, like 31 misses is insane. I didn't even see that. I didn't know he missed 31 shots. Yeah, like a ton of shots in a game is 30. That's a lot of shots for someone to get up. A lot of shots. Usually like Steph, when he gets like he'll get 26, 27 sometimes. But I think Rick Barry one time got 50, if I'm not mistaken. That's can you imagine 50 shots in an NBA game? I mean, that's chucking. That's like half your team's shots. More so now. Because if you look at the stats now, teams usually get up between 80 and 85 shots. Look at that. That's insane. 14 for 45. I've never seen that before. Never. Holy cow. I mean, he had 46 points, but you feel like he did a pretty good job. 46 points on 45 shots. He got up a shot a minute. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. Like, if I'm the rest of the team, I'm like, hey, yeah, bro, how about, I know you got 11 assists, but feel free to share occasionally. I mean, it was overtime, but still. Again, that's insane. I'm glad you brought that up. I missed that. Bang. I'm trying to think the most shots I had in the game. I think it was 18. I think I had 18 one game. 10 for 18 against the Spurs. Look how big your head is, Lou. Jesus. A massive head. So we got the Thunder and the Warriors in a couple hours. That'll be fun. See who's playing, who's not. Hopefully Steph. I think Steph will be back. I don't think he's sick today. Missed 3 games because of sickness, but he was at last game. Boy, that was a rough watch, by the way. If anybody watched Pacers Warriors, whoo, that was a tough one. That was aesthetically not one that they're putting into the time capsule or any other way for that matter. Let's see what they say about Steph today. There we go. Warriors at Thunder. 7.5 point favorite are the Thunder. Al Horford's out. Great toe injury. It just says toe. Doesn't say great toe. But yeah, it said he's going to miss. Although it's first half of a back-to-back too. So he's never going to play both ends of the back-to-back. So I guess they decided to sit him out this one and have him play. There's Steph. Yep, that's what I thought. Yeah, it looks like pretty much everyone's playing. Lou Dort isn't going to play. He's been out on and off this year, if I'm not mistaken. Last game he played was November 4th against the Clippers. So, yeah, looks like Horford's the only one. So, we'll see. Warriors defensively. That's what I'm watching. Defensively, offensively, I think they're going to be good enough. Defensively, can they keep this team in front of them, and can they not turn the ball over? Those are 2 things that one thing you have to take care of against any team. You have to have guys that can keep their men in front of them. And then Thunder specific, you can't turn the ball over. I mean, you can't turn it over against any team, but this team kills you when you turn it over. Kills you. And they force turnovers. That's how they live. They win by getting up more shots than their opponent. How do they do that? They lead the league in forcing turnovers, and they lead the league in committing the fewest turnovers. It's a great recipe for winning basketball games, and the Thunder do it as well as anybody ever has. Historically, they're great at it. The differential between their turnovers and the other team's turnovers was historically great last year. So that will be the key tonight. And then if you can, keep Shai Gilgeous-Alexander off the free throw line. I mean, good luck. Good luck with that. I mean, the guy just is a foul magnet. He draws fouls. But what they do, they have to get rid of using your forearm as a weapon. The NBA has to look into that. They can't have guys coming down and using their forearm as a battering ram and dislodging the defender. Defenders can't dislodge offensive players. Offensive players shouldn't be allowed to dislodge defenders. I mean, if you're watching the game Sunday, the Pacer Warrior game, when Nembhard came down, he damn near knocked Spencer into the first row. Just knocked him off. I mean, Spencer was running with him, and Nembhard just cracked him and knocked him back 10 feet. Wide open jump shot, made it. You shouldn't be able to do that. That shouldn't be legal. So anyway, But yeah, you got to keep the turnover differential to a minimum tonight's game. Then you'll have a chance. You still could get beat. But if you don't and that thing gets out of whack, let's say you turn it over 18 times, they turn it over 11 times, you're probably going to get beat by 15 to 20. That's probably what's going to end up happening. So, and I don't know what kind of minutes Steph will play. Sometimes coming off sickness, your minutes get limited a little bit because you don't quite have the win that you did before. So we'll see. But it should be a good game to watch. Definitely looking forward to it. And then I believe we have Sharkies tonight too. Who are they playing? The Wild? Sharkies against the Wild. Sharkies have been playing some good hockey. You might want to jump on. Yeah, Sharkies Wild. You might want to jump on now. Macklin Celebrini leading the league in scoring last I checked. Will Smith getting it done. Eklund playing well. Like Sharks are playing well. So there you go. Yeah. Got a couple things to watch tonight. Got a nice night of sports ahead of me. A little Wild Sharks. A little Warriors Thunder. There you go. Yeah, Macklin's been just playing his ass off. And they're getting goaltending too. Nedeljkovic had some nice gains between the pipes. So was Askarov. So could this team make a push for the playoffs? It's probably a little too early to talk about that. I just know they're playing well and they've beaten some good teams. It's not like they've beaten slappies coming in. Beat Colorado in OT, lost the Red Wings in OT, beat the Devils, beat the Panthers. Probably the one game they didn't deserve to win was the Panther game. But you got to get wins like that occasionally, and they got one. Because after I'd say about the 7-minute mark or 13-minute mark, I guess, in the second period, Florida owned them. They just owned them. And all they could get was one goal out of it. And so that was a hell of a win, but a nice homestand. So, yeah, good night. Good night of sports. Good night of sports. All right, tomorrow we'll be back with you. Hopefully we'll have Drew. We got to get a hold of Drew, make sure he's available on a Wednesday. I know they have travel. They might travel tonight, but we'll find out. See if we can talk a little Sharks hockey with Drew Amenda. If not, I'll come out here and we'll just talk Warriors, maybe recap the game tonight and recap the Sharks game a little bit, go across the league, see what's going on. Just kind of a potpourri of goodies for tomorrow. And let everybody know if you're down at the tank, which you won't be for a couple games, make sure you check out Philworks non-alcoholic beer down there, the official non-alcoholic beer. Non-alcoholic craft beer of the San Jose Sharks. In fact, that's what I was drinking, not the non-alcoholic variety. I needed something a little stiffer today, but I had the high and fine. Let me get that. What is that? There we go. That looks good. The problem is, and I know why they're doing it, this is a lager. All their lagers and pilsners have the same pattern. They look the same. They look the exact same. And I guess that's fine. Because you know what you're getting. You know you're getting a lager. If you're looking for lagers or pilsners, that's what you look for, the green top. The green top lager pilsner, you're good. You don't got to worry about it. And then they leave all the funky designs to the IPAs, double IPAs, and all that stuff. But I got to look close sometimes to see which one I'm getting. Could be radio and rodeos. Could be this one. They have German pilsners. They have German lagers. They have Czech pilsners. I got to make sure I'm getting. Today I got a West Coast lager. I happened to find it at the store, which is nice. I can find some field work occasionally when I go over to Encinal Market. And so they got a good selection over there. They had some wondrous beers too. So I got one of those. I don't feel like going over to the brewery all the time. I just stop and pick some up. So, all right, everybody have a great evening. Enjoy the sports on tonight. And again, what the fuck was LaFleur doing last night? And then what the fuck was Sirianni doing last night? I don't know. Maybe tomorrow you can explain it to me. Everybody have a great day. Thanks again to Fieldwork for sponsoring the show. Like, subscribe, do what you do, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. See ya.